Hi, everyone. Today, we will be diving into the ongoing world of circular conversations with a narcissistic partner. And these conversations can often leave us feeling frustrated, confused, and trapped in this recurring cycle. And you're definitely not alone in experiencing these dynamics. And I want to shed some light today on this important topic. So let's get started. But before we discuss circular conversations, let's take a look at the mindset of a narcissistic individual so that you keep that in mind as we discuss this manipulative tactic. Narcissists typically exhibit an excessive need for admiration, a lack of empathy, and an inflated sense of self importance. They often employ manipulative tactics such as gaslighting, guilt tripping, and deflecting blame onto others. So, keeping that in mind, what are circular conversations? Circular conversations repeatedly circle back to the same points without any resolution or progress. They often follow a predictable pattern, leaving us feeling disillusioned and drained. And these conversations, they trap us in a never-ending loop of frustration with no opportunity for growth or understanding. I mean, how many of you can relate here? How many of you have had these conversations with the narcissist where you end up feeling as though your head is spinning after hours of trying to solve one simple matter, and to boot, what you wanted to discuss never got resolved? Maybe you wanted to have a conversation on name calling during disagreements. Not a big ask, and it sounds pretty fair, right? You just want to let the narcissist know that in the future you want any disagreements to go without verbal abuse. But this simple asks, it turns into hours of talking, going in circles with more verbal abuse, ending with your nerves completely shot and you're exhausted beyond exhaustion. Nothing got resolved. Now, I just mentioned the characteristics of narcissists. And so, here during these circular conversations, the narcissist implements every single character. Watch this: the blame game. You discuss a legitimate concern with your narcissistic partner, seeking resolution and understanding. Instead of acknowledging their own part in the issue at hand, they swiftly shift the blame onto you or divert the conversation entirely. And this creates a circular pattern in which the original concern remains unresolved and you're left questioning your sanity. Your ask to not be verbally abused turns into it's your fault because you provoked them. So that's a refusal to grant you your wish right there. They don't want you having the upper hand. Then there is the gaslighting tactic that they'll add on to. The narcissistic partner repeatedly invalidates your emotions, experiences, or even your perception of reality. They might deny or minimize their hurtful actions, causing you to question your own memory or sanity, or causing you to lose your focus where you're the one who ends up yelling. So now you're unhinged. This gaslighting technique keeps these circular conversations going as you struggle to stand your ground and assert your truth. What are you talking about? I never called you such and such last week. You were the one calling me names. So now you're off topic again, you see. You aren't resolving the need that you have for not being called names because now you're defending yourself with statements such as, that isn't true. I never called you any names. And they do this to deviate the subject at hand so that they don't have to take responsibility. But while this is happening, they are really enjoying it. And I'm not being sarcastic here, because the other reason why they're doing this is because they're getting supply. So remember that the next time that you find yourself in that situation, this is a challenge to them. It's a game. They're like, it's on and they love it. They get a rise out of you, leaving them feeling that, well, like they have the upper hand, more supply. They're getting supply by the attention that they're getting. They're getting your full attention. They get to see you squirm in frustration and desperation, which makes them feel that they have control over you. They're getting supply by winning. Remember, narcissists exploit, And here you are losing more and more energy as they energize on your dime. That's why we call them vampires. They are literally taking your energy. The simple talk that you wanted leaves you so frustrated, desperate, and confused. They have you exactly where they want you. So tell me, is that love? Would a loving person do that? I mean, we call it circular conversation, but it isn't a conversation at all. It's a competition to them. They're thriving on this. This makes them happy, all the while draining you and making you completely stressed out and hurt. They aren't putting themselves in your shoes when they're doing this. Remember, they lack compassion. What it's all about to them is the win. When we say that narcissists play games, we mean that literally. They'll have you believing that they just don't get what you're saying in all types of manipulative formats. And here you are trying to find new ways to explain. And that new way doesn't get you anywhere either. You're being laughed at. They have a full understanding of what you're saying, and they have a full understanding of what they did to begin with that's caused this whole talk episode in the first place. This is verbal abuse. You are being abused verbally, mentally, and emotionally. Emotional abuse deals with feelings, which they're doing here. They'll say hurtful things to you in these conversations, like your whole family thinks you're crazy. And then the mental abuse, which has all to do with the mind. So they'll tell you that your perception is wrong, gaslighting. You want to resolve. You want to end the conversation with a closeness. They want to end the conversation with you broken. They want to end the conversation with you dominated. The goals are not the same. They are completely different. One of the things that trips us all up when we are actually still in the relationship with the narcissist is we'll binge watch all of these YouTube videos on narcissism and read blogs. And this helps us because we feel that we're being acknowledged, we feel affirmed. But the thing that trips us up in all of this is that deep down, we still believe that they are not these compassionateless people, at least not our narcissist. We still think that they could one day see the light of day. It's not until we get to radical acceptance, because it's normal, because you still get love bombed here and there. And it doesn't have to be these huge gestures to love bomb. It could be a sentence in passing, such as, you do know that I'll always have your back, right? And right there, you're back to feeling that they're in this relationship to stay. They sound like an adult, like someone responsible. They are being what you want them to be, and they know it. Again, it's manipulation. Look at what's really in front of you. Be willing to see more truth. Once you're able to see clearly the truth of what they are, that's when we can finally use this radical acceptance. Just keep looking. Really pay attention to the behaviors. Use the AA prayer. It works for everyone, like on every subject, not just alcoholism. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Pretty powerful prayer. So repeat it throughout your days. If you're sincere in the prayer, something will shift. Once you intend to heal your life, things change. Often we say that we want our lives to change, but I think that a lot of times we just want the narcissist to change, and that way life could get easier. Or we hope that some miracle would fall out of the sky where we suddenly have the lover that we want, the homes we want, and the security we want. But we have to take the steps. It's up to us. And other times we just want to complain and vent, and who can blame us? But often we are so busy with the shock of what's happening that the chaos keeps us focused on what's happening. Again, that's survival mode. And so we're fighting what's in front of us all the time. We become so enthralled in our emotions that we're not looking anywhere else but what has us upset. So I invite you to poke your head out a bit and look to that prayer for starters, and then intend for your life to change. Stop trying to find solutions and a way out for a bit anyway, and simply intend. When our minds are constantly focused on what we don't want, the universe keeps sending more of that to us. It's just following our vibrations. So when we're so focused on the hows, we aren't in that energy or frequency to receive. We're in the male energy of action, in this case, action of the mind trying to find solutions. And that's good to have, but you need to bring in the feminine energy in order to receive. And you grew up not receiving, right? Not thinking that you deserved. And in this case, the receiving I'm talking about is an answer in your intentions. So if you're constantly thinking, you can't hear the answers. So just intend that somehow your life is going to change for the better, and allow for things to unfold. There's a power behind intention. The power of intention refers to the idea that our thoughts and desires have a direct influence on the outcome of our lives. When we set clear intentions for what we want to achieve or experience and align our thoughts, beliefs, and actions with those intentions, we have the ability to manifest and affect those desired outcomes. Our thoughts and energy have the power to shape our reality. So by focusing our attention and intention on our goals or desires, we can create a vibrational match between what we want and what manifests in our lives. So this means that our thoughts and beliefs play a crucial role in determining our experiences and the opportunities that come our way. The constant thoughts on the narcissist have been keeping you in the loop. And so you keep re experiencing the same experiences over and over and over again. It doesn't change, right? The power of intention, it encourages us to become more aware of our thoughts and beliefs, to consciously choose positive and empowering thoughts, and to cultivate a mindset of abundance and possibility. It's important to have clear intentions and visualize what we want to attract into our lives, while also taking inspired and aligned action towards those intentions. And an example of that could be that you are now in this amazing relationship with someone who loves and respects you, someone who is fun and responsible, someone who you're attracted to, and vice versa, someone who is willing to talk things over in a mature, rational manner when need be, someone who is faithful. You get the drift. So make sure to intend that they aren't alcoholics or drug addicts either. So you want to play these little skits in your mind. See yourself healed emotionally and without baggage, and spending time with your new beloved. Take that space for you. Let that occupy your mind rather than spending nights tossing and turning, thinking about all the terrible things that the narcissist just did to you. And then the inspired action could be to get a new haircut if you suddenly get the urge. Do something for yourself. Or if you feel pulled to join some group, then go ahead and do that. That's another example. The power of intention is a concept developed by self-help author and motivational speaker Wayne Dyer, who passed away a few years ago. And according to Wayne, intention isn't just a thought or a goal. It is a state of being. It is aligning oneself with a higher power and tapping into the universal energy that allows us to manifest our desires. In his book, The Power of Intention, and get that book if you get a chance, he talks about how everything in the universe is made up of energy, which many have now proven in today's day and age, and that we are all connected to this energy source. So by setting clear intentions and focusing our thoughts on what we want to manifest, we can attract these desires into our lives. And he also highlights the role of detachment in intention, which means letting go, or let go and let God. And everyone else that teaches the law of attraction will say the same. So we set our intentions and then we release any attachment to the outcome. That's called surrender. We're giving it to God or the universe, whatever you're comfortable with. So this allows the universe to work its magic and brings us closer to our desires. And that is the part of the feminine that I was talking about. So be on the receiving. There you go. Stop trying to find the answers in desperation. Instead, intend. Intend that no matter what, your life is going to change for the better, and then let it go as you continue to step into the vibrations of gratitude and acceptance and peace after you're done your visualizing. Now, if you're visualizing constantly, then you're coming from a place of hurriedness and control, which is actually the vibration of fears. So that's going to turn against you and get you what you don't want. And if you're trying to do all this visualization here and the narcissist walks in and he's angry again, just do everything you can to get away from the situation so that you don't have to keep vibing this low energy. Your visualizations should only be a few times a day, like 3 for a few minutes, no more than a half hour, but a few minutes will usually suffice. And the rest of the time, like I said, don't think about it. And that's the letting go. But again, in that letting go time, you want to keep your vibrations high as possible. And if you're struggling in those moments, find something on YouTube to listen to, like Abraham Hicks, for example, to keep your vibrations intact. Intend that you take back control of your own life. We say that the narcissist controls us, but we are the ones allowing them to do so. We're giving them control. And once we understand that, we can actually undo it. Breaking free from circular conversations with a narcissist partner is not only essential for your well-being, but it is necessary. Establishing strong personal boundaries, seeking professional guidance, and fostering self-care practices are really crucial steps towards healing and growth. You got to start taking care of yourself. Stop taking care of the narcissist all the time. Turn it to you. You deserve that. You deserve to be heard and you deserve to be respected. Circular conversations with a narcissistic partner can be incredibly challenging to navigate. You don't want to go there. So understanding their tactics, it's key to breaking free from these cycles and restoring your own sense of self and sanity. Remember, you're not alone in this journey. We are many. So thank you all for joining me today on this YouTube video. And if you found this content valuable in any way, please hit that like button because the algorithms like that and it helps my channel. Subscribe to my channel if you feel that you want to do that. And don't forget to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments down below. You can take back control and you can have a better life experience. The power is within you to do so. So take care and bye for now.